Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, now I look the other way. What else could I do? I just stood at the doorway, knew I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be.
Hey Internet, Dracofunk here. Welcome back to my Reusable Space program. This is episode 14, I'm almost sure of it. And we are back here in orbit of Ike. I have used KLM to find my docking ports that had an error, and as you can see, I am able to undock everything. So we are now separated from the interplanetary probe, and the truss is on the back of the mining ship. The mining ship has detached from the station core, and we will now go ahead and assemble this station. It will not have any of its tanks yet, but they will be here, or they will be coming soon. At least one of them will... Oh, wait, no. I was going to say that one of them was arriving next episode, but actually they won't be, because I'll be filling the orders for the tanks for Discovery Station in orbit of Duna first, and I'm having a little bit of a problem here. Everything's a little bit wobbly, and I'm trying to get everything to point, and they're trying. There we go. All right. And all the panels are up. And I'll just go ahead and detach. And Atlantis Station is now mostly assembled. It has no fuel tanks yet, and I may bring some docking ports to it later. And I really need to bring I want to bring at least a small crew section as well. But for right now, Murfort is on his own in command of Atlantis Station in orbit of Ike. So I guess I should make a priority of bringing some sort of crew module so he doesn't have to live in that little observation dome for too much longer, and he can have some friends. But the mining ship is leaving Ike for now, and it is going to go and get itself in orbit of Duna so it can take these docking ports and place them on Duna Station and complete the first fuel run in the Duna system. And it's taken 14 episodes to get to this point. But hey, 14 episodes in, we have now 2 space stations in the Duna system. We have relay satellites set up. We have a mining ship. We have a space bus that can travel between station and Atlantis Station in the Duna system. We have an SUV craft that will actually be relocating to the Ike Station along with the mining ship eventually, because it will be primarily landing on going from Ike Station to the surface of Ike. The the SUV is not really capable of landing on the surface of Duna. It does not have, maybe if I had some parachutes on it, I'd be okay landing it, although I don't like using the nuclear engines in atmosphere. but I have never tested to see if it could actually take off from the surface of Duna. It might actually be able to. I don't know. Maybe I'll try that in a test sometime. So I could say we could use it in an emergency. But the mining ship has closed in on Discovery Station. And as you can see, only 2 of the solar panels are extended currently because of where the SUV spacecraft is parked, making it impossible to fully extend all the solar panels. I'm actually going to use the SUV craft to place the docking ports on the back of Discovery Station, mainly because if I wanted to use the mining ship to do it, I could, but I'd have to relocate the mining ship to the front of the docking ports because it needs to be attached via the big docking adapter, not the small docking adapter. And since I need to move the SUV anyway, it just makes sense to use it to fly over to Discovery Station. And I'm actually going to move both ships at the same time. That way, I only have to do one quick maneuver, and then I'll just park everything kind of close by, or at least the mining ship, I'll leave it parked close by. And once the docking ports are in place, I can just switch over to the mining ship and dock it with the least amount of effort, hopefully. And see, I'm just leaving the mining ship parked there, and it's kind of like going towards those solar panels. So let me just switch over there and back it off a little bit. I should probably close its solar panels. All right. Now let's get those docking ports onto the station. I think today's episode is also going to be a little bit shorter, mainly because most of the stuff happening today I wanted to do in last episode, but we had that stuck docking ports, so that's just going to be the way it is. This will be a little bit shorter. I'll tell you what, I'll make it up by doing the next episode way too long. But the docking ports are now on the back of the station. All I have to do now is park the mining ship. And once it's parked, I can actually start transferring some of this fuel off. For mining operations, I like to make sure all the top tanks are completely full. Normally, I do that in orbit of the Mun. Oh, wait, look, I can extend the solar panels all the way. And actually, I'm going to move the space bus because the space bus can go ahead and be parked at those docking ports to the side and not interfere. Whoa, everything's shaking. There we go. Let's just turn the SAS off, and now everything will slowly rotate out of alignment. And normally I cut out all the fuel transfer, but this time I'm going to keep it in just so you can see kind of how I do everything. I'm just trying to empty the first tank completely and get all those top tanks full. Because all the top tanks full should be enough to get it back in orbit of Ike and still land on the surface and complete another mining mission. Now this footage is sped up 4 times, and as it's sped up 4 times, you can really see how the station is really rotating every which way since I don't have the SAS stability control turned on. But that's okay. It's not affecting the orbit, so it can just spin around a little bit. And now that I have the mining ship fueled completely, I can drain everything out of all the other tanks. And my first step is to refill as much of the docked spacecraft first. And that, in actuality, only the docked spacecraft, other than the mining ship, only need liquid fuel. So I probably won't be able to fill them up completely. And I'm going to have leftover oxidizer, and probably more than I can offload. So I'm probably going to have to wait until the next spacecraft comes into the Duna system. So turn the SAS back on, and let's get the station reoriented correctly. And again, sped up 4 times makes it look a lot floppier than what it looked like when it was just 1 speed. But hey, now that we have everything transferred, the docking ports attached, Discovery Station is fulfilling its purpose as a fuel depot in orbit of Duna. And in the next couple episodes, we'll be realizing the goal of having the Duna system fully operational. Thanks, guys, for watching, and check us out next time. And like, subscribe, and hit that bell.